Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fireblade Talk. Today we'll be talking about the Australian political system and its history. First things first, how did Australia begin? Well, there were many advocates for one larger country during the 1880s and 1890s, which caused leaders of the six British colonies on Australia to have conferences about federation. The first of which was in February 6th, 1890, and referendums for citizens across Australia to vote on whether they wanted to federate or not began in 1898. This culminated in the 1900 Act, known as the Commonwealth of Australia Constitution Act, which came into effect on the 1st of January 1901. This act made Australia a federation, a country. However, Britain made sure they still had some power in Australia, and the person who represents Britain and holds its power in Australia is the Governor General. The Governor General is the representation of Britain, which, due to the political, non-violent approach of Australia, was implemented by Britain, so they'd still have some power. They are appointed by the monarch of the UK with advice from the UK Prime Minister. Some of the Governor General's duties include, but are not limited to, start the process for a federal election, schedule Parliament meetings, and call a joint Parliament meeting. They also give bills that have passed the House of Representatives twice and Senate royal assent. Speaking of which, what is Parliament? In Australia, Parliament is comprised of the Governor General, who we just talked about, the House of Representatives, and the Senate. The Senate are the upper house of Australia Parliament. To elect the Senate, each state or territory votes as one electorate. They are elected in a form of proportional representation where the votes of the country roughly divides their senators. For example, if the vote for senators was 50% Liberals and 50% Labour, then from the 12 senators of the state, 6 would be Liberals and 6 would be Labour. The ACT and Northern Territory only gets 2 senators due to being a territory, so their division is more rough. So, say if there were 50% of each party would get 1 senator. But if there were, say, 80% votes for Labour and 20% of the votes in the territory were for Liberals, Labour would get both seats. They hold the Senate holds the federal executive branch of government accountable and help makes laws. They do this by voting on bills after the bill passes the House of Reps, before sending it back to the House of Representatives. Speaking of them, let's move on to the House of Representatives. First of all, what is the House of Representatives? They are the lower house of Australian Parliament. They are elected by citizens in a voting format known as single transferable vote, more commonly known as preferential voting. Their main job is to vote on whether bills should be passed and made into laws. Their role in the making and passing of laws is to vote on and change a law before passing it or scrapping it altogether before it reaches the Senate and Governor General. While the House of Representatives and the Senate seem the same, they are different in their numbers. 76 senators versus 151 House of Representatives. And their role in voting on the bills, the Senate only receiving the bill once the House of Representatives passes it, and the House of Representatives voting on the bill twice, once before the Senate, and then after it passes the Senate, they get to vote on it again. So that's about it. Sorry if I sounded little bit sickly and I sputtered and got confused too much. Because I'm sick today, and also this is the first time I'm doing a video with a script. None of my other videos on my main channel with Fireblade, uh, none of those are scripted. Those are just video games. So yeah.